have the what is it? I can't even think. Those of you that have the Apple, you guys know like it's this new update, and oh my gosh, I did not expect it to like be completely different. So I've been struggling with it a little bit. So yeah, by Arizona, it's kind of hot out here in Arizona. Y'all know the weather out here is like bipolar. But me just disappearing off the scene and really getting my life together has elevated me to like the next level. So like I noticed that I'm not on social media as much. I'm not really engaged out there, going out, talking to people a lot. I realized when I was out there in the world and out there just like on social media, being seen and just allowing myself to be open with everything I was going through, I felt like I put myself in a very like messed up position, because it's like not only do you have people judging you, but you have people that don't like you, you're giving them animal. Is that how you say animal? The what is it? the bullets or whatever you put in the gun. Y'all bear with me, okay? I've been a little exhausted, a little tired. But it's like you're giving them something to talk about. I was giving them something to talk about. I was giving them something to chat about. And it was like I was just out there opening the wind, telling everybody like what's going on with me. Everybody can go on social media, see what my life is like, see what my relationship status is like. I was very outspoken and just, I feel like, too honest, and not really protecting myself and protecting my peace and protecting that like some things are sacred, right? And I noticed also like everything I was going through, I had a lot of people around me that were not everything that was out that I was going through. I had a lot of people around me that were like encouraging it, because they really were wishing really bad evilness over my life. So instead of like, I noticed their actions were not matching up with what they were telling me. So their actions was like, no, their actions was deceitful, because I was always finding out they're saying something to somebody else. They were like doing things that like are just snake shit stuff. And so I noticed that, and I noticed that they were verbally encouraging me and verbally making it seem like they played the part, but when you watch their actions, it was just snakes. So I noticed, I'm like, look, like I'm out here pretty much having a mental breakdown in front of the world, because I was going through so much stuff, you guys, like adjusting to my dad not being here, and there's a lot of unhealed trauma that I wasn't dealing with, right? And I was like, okay, you're always like putting yourself in the public eye for everybody to see what's going on. Some people respect it, some people think it's crazy, some people have a lot to say about it, some people just label me as, oh, she's just crazy, the Crazy My Show going on a rant. People view it as different things, but to me, I was just viewing it as, look, I'm a person that's human, that's going through something, and I want everybody to know what I'm going through, because maybe people can learn from my mistakes. So that's how I saw it. But I was like, you know what, like the way you are and the way God made you, a lot of people don't deserve to have access to that. You're too accessible for people. You're too like that. You got to step back, right? So I was like, you know what? I'm out here just living reckless, in my opinion. Living reckless, making poor decisions, and just not really living and walking the walk that God wants me to walk. So I deleted my Snapchat. I got off of like all social media. Like for a point in time, I can't remember the exact number, but I was off of social media for like 6-7 months. Like didn't even have no desire to get on there or anything. And I was like, you really need to like, I cut off everybody around me. I stopped allowing people to have access to me. So I'll block their numbers, not answer, and block them on social media. Like, it's like, I was like, I really want to change to my life, and I really, really want to live to my full potential. My uncle, one of my uncles that died a few years ago, he told me, he's like, look, like, you got a calling on your life, and all this recklessness and all this poison that you're out here writing on social media and telling everybody, you're not helping anybody, bro. Like, you can most definitely be telling people the Bible, telling women how to do it the right way. You know, there's like so many different positive things you can do, but like, you're just fueling off of negativity, and people are loving what they see, and like you're doing too much. You need to like step back and really think and really like make some changes. When he told me that, usually back then, like years ago, I would get offended, because I felt like everybody that would tell me something, they were telling me something because they were haters. No, they're not telling you something you're haters. They're telling you something because they see what you don't see, right? And so when I took my uncle's advice and I started really like working on elevating my life and really working on changing everything, I noticed like he was right. And I noticed that like I was giving advice, and people were thriving off the advice, but it wasn't the right advice. the advice I was giving was poison. It was coming from a real poisonous place in my heart, a place of unhealed, a place of unhappiness, a place of projecting. Like, it was coming from a place that was not good. So like I said, stop talking to everybody. I just really disappeared from the face of the earth. Really disappeared from the face of the earth. And I mean disappeared. So when I like will go on social media and like pop a picture up here or say something here or do that, a lot of people are like, what the heck? You disappear from the face of the earth. Like, I try to reach out to you. All your social media was deactivated. Like, and I'm like, yeah, like I it made me feel good that they're looking for me, you know, and they were looking forward to like my post to seeing what was up with me. But I was like, look, I really had to like step out and really like change my life, because my life was a freaking mess. It was a mess. And I was like, I'd rather make my poor decisions and do things like that on my own time, you know, behind closed doors, make my mistakes behind closed doors, to where, you know, the world can't see what's going on. I'm able to reflect in private, go through and go through and do what I gotta do to change my life around. So instead of I was making my mistakes in front of the world, I decided to take myself off the platform, disappear from the world for a little bit, and then just step back and go through all my trials and tribulations and my tough times I was dealing with in life behind closed doors. Because it's like, I'm gonna be honest, when I go on social media and there's always that one person that be on there telling their business, just always something negative, something negative, something negative. I don't even judge them, because the spot that they were in, I was in that position. I was putting on my business on social media. I was going around here just telling everybody, like, people that I thought that meant me well, everything that was going on, you know, come to find out that they telling everybody my business and they're really not for me. But I had to learn the very hard way. So I also think that me disappearing and really focusing on myself, it allowed me to further my education. Like, right now I'm in college. It allowed me to really like work on like what I like, what I don't like, really work on, you know, really being in the present time, in the moment, you guys. Because I experienced a lot of death in my life, and I noticed that, like, you could be here tomorrow, today, and then the next thing you're talking to God in heaven. You just never ever know. So I just told myself to really focus on the positive things, and to really focus on really changing my views on life, changing my perspective, really challenging myself to grow, really challenging myself in areas to not just say I'm going to change, but really apply and do the work and do that. So I really believe that me like just taking the time off just to disappear for a minute, and I did that. I still been disappearing, you guys, but me really like taking the time out to really pour into myself has been a blessing in disguise. It has been a blessing in disguise, and it allowed me to really be present in my life, and it allowed me to really protect myself, and it allows me to protect my beautiful spirit. You know, because I didn't understand, like, you guys, when you're connected to the spirit, and when you're a spiritual person, I was like, why the heck do I feel like I'm like battling all these different spirits? Why do I feel like, you know, like, why do I feel like what's going on? Like, I felt like my mind was just so crowded, right? Crowded. And I noticed that the reason why my mind was so crowded is because I lived my life so openly, and it was so many people wishing bad things on me. And me, because my spirit is so sensitive, because I'm God's vessels, I can feel all those spirits. I can feel all those demonic wishes. I can feel all the ill will. I can feel all those demonic wishes. I'm taking everybody's advice when it's not good advice. And everybody, when you're talking to somebody and you're interacting with them, you may not know it, but even a phone call, spirits can transfer. When people are speaking in your ear and telling you certain things, just think of it on a deeper level. They're not only speaking in your ear, they're speaking to your body, they're speaking to your spirit. When they're talking to you, they're feeding different things in your spirit. So you got to realize that. What are they feeding? I noticed a lot of people were feeding the anger in me, the temper in me, the effort in me. They were feeding like anger in me. I noticed that. And I noticed when I talk to other people, they were feeding the light. They were feeding me wanting to do better. They were feeding me wanting to dive in my Bible. So you can kind of like determine like and know like what different people are on. But that's trial and error. And so when I notice like sometimes I'll talk to people and I'll feel so defeated after a phone call. And then other people I'll talk to them and I'll feel like I just can conquer the world. You want to stay on that conquer the world, people feeding life into you. People feeding life into you. You know what I mean? So that's when I started to learn, and I'm like, God was like, look, you can't allow people to have access to you. The way and the plans that I have for your life, you gotta move differently. You can't move how you moving. You gotta lean on me, and you have to lean on me, and you have to allow me to guide your steps. You can't do that. You can't do that. So just learn from me. The reason why I share it, because I feel like, man, this is the video that I needed. But I had to find out the hard way. And even though it's cringe, but I don't regret anything that I went through in my life, because it really taught me and really turned me into the woman that I am today. And then the positive thing about it is that I can talk to my daughter when she comes across things that she don't know how to navigate. I can talk to her and I can be relatable, and I can be that mom to where, like, look, I can tell my mom anything. You know, when your kids are outside your house, you can't tell them how to live their life. But while they're with you, you can pour into them. You can tell them and speak to them about the word of God. And that's what I do about my daughter. I told my daughter today, because she be drinking Red Bull. I'm like, look, in my house, around me, you're not drinking that. It's detrimental to your little body. Your body's not even developed yet to be taking on energy drinks. And I told her, I said, when I drank an energy drink, I felt like I was gonna go to the hospital. Like, I'm just telling you what I experienced. It's not good for you. You love making smoothies. Let's make smoothies together. Let's find other things that you can drink. You love flavored water. Let's start doing that. But I told her, because she's about to be 13, when you're out in the world, I can't control what you do. But God knows what you're doing. And God holds you accountable. When you turn 13, God holds you accountable. Right now, under 13, your sins and everything, that's on me. But when you turn 13, God is going to start holding you accountable. So I can't control what you do outside, at school, whatever, but I know around me, you're not supposed to be drinking energy drinks. Right? So that was just an example. But I won't know how to guide my daughter if I ain't experienced it. I experienced it. I experienced something. So I'm able to guide her and tell her. Is she going to listen to what I'm saying? No. But that's when I pray and I just ask God, I what you want me to tell my daughter, I'm telling her. But what she does outside the house, I can't control. But all I can do is just depend on you, and just know that you're going to guide her, and you're going to allow her to make a decision. And I just pray that it's a good decision. That's it. That's all I can do. So I love you guys so much. This is just a quick video, and I'm going to get back in here before I got to go to my counseling session. But I just wanted to share this. And hey, I don't know, maybe it will help somebody, but I know that this is something that I needed. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. So I love you guys so much, okay? And have a blessed Friday. Have a blessed Friday. Bye.